Ever since we woke up, we've spent a great deal of time doing exactly what our Father James would have wanted us to do, ensuring that the people of the capital wasteland got free, purified water. Now that the water caravans are protected and Scribe Bigsley's workload is a bit lighter, we can finally rejoin the Brotherhood of Steel to help them in their fight against the Enclave remnants. To do so, we need to travel to the Rockland car tunnel to meet up with Paladin Tristan. We find the Rockland car tunnel in the southwestern corner of the capital wasteland. Outside, we see a pre-war American military truck carrying crates emblazoned with the logo of the Brotherhood of Steel. I suppose this means the Brotherhood got this truck working. Heading through a gate, we see that the car tunnel is collapsed, but we find a Brotherhood soldier guarding a nearby door.
Hey, you're awake. All right, Paladin Tristan is just inside. He's waiting for you.
Opening the door to the Rockland car tunnel, we can head down some utility corridors. We find a supply room through a door to the left. Here we can stock up on ammunition. There are a number of ammo crates, 10mm pistols, and a couple of lockers filled with caps. Back to the hallway, we see a soldier run by. Not sure where he's going. See ya, buddy. There's another room to the left. Appears to be some sort of turbine room. We find some sugar bombs, potato crisps, and Nuka-Cola in a cabinet, and more on top of a Brotherhood crate. At the end of the hallway, we arrive in what was once the Rockland car tunnel, but it has now been caved in with rubble from the outside. But it looks like there's still plenty of room for the Brotherhood to use this as a bit of a staging area. We see some Enclave modular guard posts and turrets that the Brotherhood have taken possession of. Behind one, we find a Brotherhood scribe working on a turret. We can loot some Enclave crates, but then we get bumped into by that soldier. Okay, Initiate, what is it, jogging time? We walk away with a number of explosives and ammunition from the crates, and then moving to the center of the tunnel, we find Paladin Tristan waiting for us.
Well, look who's back amongst the living. Some of us were starting to wonder if you and Sarah were going to pull through.
So you're in charge now, huh?
Until Sarah gets back on her feet, I'm running the Pride. It's just temporary. But for now, I'm calling the shots. We were just about to mobilize since everything's in place.
Elder Lyons said you needed help, so here I am.
Fair enough. Intel says the base on the other side of this tunnel is some kind of communications hub for the Enclave. The hope is that if we can crush them here, we can finally break their spirit.
How about we skip the pleasantries and get to work?
Well, all business now, are we? Fine. Word has it the Enclave has a base on the other side of this tunnel operating as a communications hub, so we're here to burn them out. We break them here, they might just give up for good. As soon as I give the word, we move out.
Good to see you too. I'm here to help.
Is that so? Well, it'll be good to have another soldier we can count on. Basic rule of thumb on these operations. Keep your head down and let the robot do most of the heavy lifting. He can take it better than you can.
What do you need me to do?
I need you to keep your head on straight. No heroics, okay? Liberty Prime was called in to assist with the initial assault. Once we've cleared ourselves a nice staging area, we'll reassess the situation. Come on, things should be underway by now.
I've got a few questions for you.
Well, we've got a bit of time. What's on your mind?
Has the Enclave been putting up much of a fight?
Not like they did at the Purifier, no. We got the sense that after you took care of their headquarters, they didn't have anyone to give orders. So they haven't been as coordinated. Some surrendered, some tried to hold out. It's all ended the same. But don't let that fool you. If we can keep the pressure on them, we win. If not, we give them a chance to reorganize. Well, we don't want that to happen, do we?
What happened back at the Purifier?
Well, you saw most of the fighting outside. The robot paved the way for us. We just mopped up the opposition while you and Sarah headed inside. After that, hell if I know. Once we'd locked down the perimeter and gotten word that the Purifier was running, we headed in to look for you. Found you and Sarah both unconscious, and got you back to the Citadel as fast as we could.
So, what's next after this?
We'll strip the place for any usable tech, like always. Anything after that depends on what we find in there. If there's any information about other Enclave positions, we'll send that back to the Citadel and come up with a plan. But, like I said, we're pretty sure this is the last big holdout.
All right, that's it.
Okay, it's about time to move out.
Tristan walks us towards a door and begins talking with us. But before we listen to his speech, let's explore a bit. We see a pile of Enclave bodies in the corner. And near to this, in a pre-war bus stop, we find Brotherhood scribes tinkering with Enclave power armor. And we can loot as much of this as we wish. Near to a crate in the middle of the tunnel, we find an unlocked floor safe with some caps and whiskey inside, and a grenade crate. Then on top of a crate, we find a first aid kit. Nearby, we find a Brotherhood of Steel scribe inspecting inventory worn by the troops. And against the western wall, we find more crates with another ammo canister, a box, and another pile of Enclave soldier corpses, all wearing power armor. When done looting, we can listen to Tristan's speech.
It's been pretty standard for the last week or so. We get intel on positions, go in and burn them out. The tin can does most of the work, honestly. I can't complain, it keeps our casualties down. Scribes pulled information about this place day before yesterday. Some communications facility. We're thinking if it's active, we can find out who they're talking to and get the last of the locations nailed down.
Tristan walks through the door, and we can follow him to the other side. On the other side, we find Brotherhood troops under attack from the Enclave.
Communist engaged. Communist target acquired. Democracy is truth. Communism is death. America will never fall to communist invasion. Communist threat assessment. Minimal. Scanning defenses. Structural weakness detected. Exploited. Communist engaged. Satellite uplink detected. Analysis of communist transmission pending. Warning. Warning. Red Chinese orbital strike imminent. All personnel should reach minimum safe distance immediately. Catastrophic. System failure. Initiating core shutdown as per emergency initiative 2682209. I die so that democracy may live.
No! Prime!
We need to find out what the hell just happened. There's no time to talk. Get your ass inside that base and help the troops locate the source of their transmission. Now, soldier, now!
Hey, wait! You said you didn't need my help.
Yeah, well, that was before they blew up our one advantage. Consider it a field promotion. Now get going.
This isn't what I signed up for.
At this point, this isn't what any of us signed up for. We can't let them get the advantage now. Get moving.
What am I looking for?
I don't know. Terminals, data, anything that can help us figure out what just happened and where it came from.
Okay, I'm going.
Be careful in there. Who knows what else they're going to throw at us.
The Enclave called in a missile strike from an orbiting satellite and destroyed Liberty Prime. Suddenly, the Brotherhood's ace in the hole is gone. But we don't have time to think about it. Before he was destroyed, Prime opened a door for us. To get there, we have to race up a ramp and then skirt along a concrete lip.
Unless you've got something, get inside there and get me some information. We need to know what the hell they just pulled on us.
Yeah, well, maybe if you'd get out of my way. Heading into the hall, we see Enclave body parts lying everywhere. Turning left, we see it's a dead end filled in with rubble, but turning right, we can open a door to the satellite facility. And as soon as we enter, we come under fire from Enclave. Now, just like with the Alpha Squad at Fort Bannister, the Brotherhood race through this facility, weeding out all the Enclave they detect. So if we want to save their lives, we've got to get to the Enclave first. We start by taking out the few soldiers that were in this first room, then moving south down a hallway, we can take out the Enclave that come from a western barracks. Don't have time to explore. I'll come back in a minute. Continuing west, then south, we arrive at the bottom of a staircase, and we have to quickly destroy the Enclave here. Then, we have to climb this staircase, killing Enclave all the way to the top. At the very top, we find a hallway to the east. This leads to a bit of a mess hall, or a conference room. There isn't much in here. The Brotherhood stopped chasing the Enclave, and instead follow us around. This gives us some time. We see a door against the wall to the west, but first, let's retrace our steps to loot everything we missed. At the bottom of the stairs, we find one Enclave ammunition chest, then back into the tunnel. We can follow it until we find the barracks to the left. I guess barracks was an incorrect term. It's more like a big restroom. Not sure why so many soldiers were here. Inside, we find a couple of lockers, a couch, sinks against the wall, a first aid kit, and a couple of toilets. Then, returning to the room where we first arrived, we find two shelves against the southern wall by the door. Here we find a stack of bottle caps with a couple bottles of booze. There's a door on the western wall, but it leads to a tunnel filled in with rubble. The same is true for the northern wall. But in the northeastern corner, we find more bookshelves covered in scrap. With everything looted, we can retrace our steps, go all the way back up the stairs, and finally open the door against the western wall. We enter the satellite facility. Going down a hallway, we open a door to the right.
Better her than me.
And here the Brotherhood stick by me, so we don't have to race ahead. We don't find much in this room, so continuing south, we can open another door, which leads to another staircase. Taking the staircase down to the second floor, we find more Enclave. Then we can take the staircase all the way down to the bottom floor. And this is the barracks. We actually find beds here. We don't find much but scrap on the shelves to the southeast. And to the west, we find a number of footlockers and boxes, but none of them have any interesting loot. On a shelf to the north, however, we find a couple of laser rifles and an Enclave helmet. When done, we can leave this room, following a tunnel to the south. It rounds a corner and puts us smack dab into an Enclave guard post. We loot a couple of Enclave chests here, then enter another room to the north, which puts us out at the bottom of yet another staircase. We find one Enclave ammo canister. Then taking the stairs up, we find a room with a shelf covered in cutlery, and turn a corner to find more Enclave. With the Enclave dead, we see we're in a bit of a server room / mess hall. Turning around, we find an easy locked door to the east. Inside, we find a bathroom, but all we get for the trouble is a first aid kit above the sink. Turning around and back to the server room, we find an already opened safe with pre-war money inside, and the server room opens up into a pipeline tunnel that turns north. Opening the big double door at the end of the tunnel, it's the mainframe. The Brotherhood continue through a door to the northwest, but I think we've killed all the Enclave, so we can turn to activate the satellite uplink terminal. Enclave Relay OX9B. We can update standing orders. Orders remain unchanged, so we don't learn what these orders are. We can request new telemetry data, and the telemetry data is downloaded. Then we can try to activate a server uplink, but it says command override, unauthorized. So, looks like after requesting the new data, we now have to download it to our Pip-Boy. And we find a bunch of encrypted data. Perhaps this will give Scribe Rothschild some answers. Uh-oh, they found some enemies. Racing up, we can try to save their lives. That's a turret! Turning around, we passed a first aid box. There we go. Back to the staircase, we can go up. We find a lot of typewriters, for some reason. Then on the next level, we find another turret.
Firing!
Taking the stairs all the way to the top, we can open a door back out to the Capital Wasteland. And we arrive in that little nook where the Enclave officers stepped out to shoot at Liberty Prime. No idea where the Brotherhood who were following us went. They don't come out this door. Perhaps they have their own plans. But we have the data that the Brotherhood needs. So with the data safely on our Pip-Boy, we can return to the Citadel and head all the way to the lab to check in with Scribe Rothschild.
I can't believe it. All those years of work, all of it. For what? One botched operation? I'm still waiting on the debriefing from Tristan, but I'm not sure it even matters. With Prime gone...
I'm sorry about the robot. There wasn't anything anyone could have done.
Perhaps not. But that doesn't change the fact that it sets us back years. Years! And it removes the one significant military advantage we had over the Enclave.
Could have been worse. They could have attacked the Citadel.
Well, there's certainly nothing stopping them from doing that now, is there? And with our primary defense gone, I don't know what we can do to stop them. I need more to work with.
Hopefully I found something that can help.
I don't know what could help at this point. If anything, we should be thankful they waited this long to use whatever they used. Nonetheless, we should try and move on. What is it you have for me?
I found some encrypted data at the relay station.
Ah, yes. Well, I'll see if we can't figure out how to read it. Perhaps it can give us some insight as to just what happened out there. It would be good to salvage something from this mess. Thank you for bringing this to me.
I'm not sure what I found. Some kind of data. Maybe you can figure it out.
Yes, well, we'll do our best. It won't be the first time we've had to crack one of their codes. With any luck, their lack of leadership has made them a bit sloppy, and they're reusing old decryption methods we've already cracked. I'll get the scribes started on this right away.
Maybe you can focus on analyzing this data instead of crying about your robot.
Well, You're right. There's no time to focus on what's past. With Liberty Prime gone, the Enclave will be quick to seize the opportunity to regroup. I'll get the scribes working on this right away. You should report to Elder Lyons. See if there's some way we can salvage this mess of an operation.
While Rothschild deals with the data, we can try to find Elder Lions. On our way, we see the remains of Liberty Prime on the freight elevator. And then lying on a table, we find his head.
Of America will never be fall to companies. Death is a preferable alternative to killing. And Chinese impossible.
But no time for that. We've got to find Elder Lyons. I found him inspecting the troops in the courtyard.
I trust you've spoken with Rothschild. I hope he can make some headway with the data you've recovered. With our primary weapon destroyed, we risk losing our momentum and jeopardizing the entire campaign. I must admit, I now wonder whether moving ahead with this operation was an error in judgment.
You couldn't have known this would happen. No one knew.
And yet, here we are. Discounting the fact that our best field commander is in a coma, and I personal feelings for my daughter, things have not gone well. If we fail now, we could lose everything.
Well, it's too late to turn back now.
You're right, which is precisely my concern. We have pushed the Enclave, and now it seems they're pushing back, much harder than we expected. If we cannot identify and neutralize this new threat, we have little hope for success. It's already cost us our greatest weapon.
Now's not really the time to be getting cold feet.
No, it's far too late for that now. We committed ourselves to this course, and now we must see it through. I fear that victory may come at too high a price, if it can be achieved at all.
That doesn't sound like much of a leader talking.
Please do not presume to tell me my place or how I should act. I am well aware of my responsibilities. Now, if we're through, you need to report to Paladin Tristan. He has another assignment for you.
We have to keep fighting them. We can't back down now.
Very true. And to that end, I'd like you to speak with Paladin Tristan. He's requested you for a special assignment, one that could prove vital to our success.
Everyone here believes in you and in the Brotherhood. We can do this.
I sincerely hope you are right. If we are to succeed now, it will once again be largely thanks to you. Paladin Tristan has requested you for a special assignment. Please report to him at once. We've little time to waste before the Enclave seizes this opportunity.
With that, we complete the quest Death from Above and start the quest Shock Value. After the Enclave destroy Liberty Prime, Three Dog dutifully comes on the air to inform the Capital Wasteland.
If there's one thing I wish I could find out there in the rubble, it's a working bugle. Because Three Dog wants to play some taps. It's always a sad day when a soldier falls in the line of battle. And the greater the soldier, the deeper the grief. Now imagine the tragic and untimely demise of the most amazing American hero the Capital Wasteland has ever seen. This grunt stands 100 feet tall, is made of some kind of metal alloy, and slings nukes like a quarterback chucks footballs. That's right, children. I've received word that Liberty Prime, the Brotherhood of Steel super duper super robot, has been killed by the Enclave. No, I'm not really sure how, cause yeah, it would take a hell of a weapon to take out that gigantic GI. And that's what worries me. The Enclave are supposedly beaten, bruised, and on the run. But they have the firepower capable of destroying a 100-foot-tall robot? Brothers of Steel, what's the deal? If Prime can go down, what about the rest of us? Are we sitting ducks for some kind of new Enclave terror? Look, Lions, I love you guys. You know I do. But your 10 soldiers better get these Enclave assholes in check once and for all, or we're all screwed.
Now we have to track down Paladin Tristan to find out what our next step is, but we'll cover that in my next episode. I publish many Fallout videos each and every week on my channel, so if you don't want to miss it, be sure to subscribe and to click that bell notification button. If you have and you still feel like you're missing out on YouTube notifications, consider following me on Twitter at Oxhorn. I update Twitter manually with every new piece of content that I publish. I've got a brand new shirt in the shop. No dice. Celebrate your luck, or lack thereof, with this design about everyone's favorite perfectly preserved pie. This design comes on shirts in a variety of men's, women's, and children's sizes, and in a wide array of colors. You can find it on other items as well, like smartphone cases, pillows, posters, mugs, stickers, prints, etc. So if interested, you can find a link to my shop in the description below, or you can click here. If you like what I do and you want to support me in a more personal way, consider becoming a patron on Patreon or a member here on YouTube. But more than anything, I'm just so glad you're here watching this video with me today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon with more brand new videos.